The only supplies I needed to purchase for this project was my file folders, my accordion file folder, my chalkboard sticker labels, the foam board, and my Velcro strips. All of these items were purchased at Walmart or Target, and the Velcro strips were purchased from Dollar General. Here I'm laying out all of my folders just to determine exactly how many of them I'll need. Once I've made that determination, I'll take out my paper cutter and cut each file folder to the particular size I'll need. Here I'm cutting the very front of the file folder, or what will be my pocket folder, slightly lower than the back side. That way it'll make it much easier when I slide my bills inside of the pocket folder. The last cut I will need to make, I will be cutting the file folder directly down the middle. And once I make this cut, I'll have two pocket folders. You see how the back side is a little higher. That's that little pink strip at the top. And it makes it easy just to slide that bill in. Now I'm using my glue gun, and I will use very little glue to glue the right side of the pocket folder, and I'll glue the left side also. To make sure it's just a little more secure, I'll use my stapler, and I will staple on the right side, and I'll do the same thing on the left side of that pocket folder also. Now that I've gotten all of my pocket folders glued to my foam board, I use my hot glue gun and glue them all down. I'm taking my chalkboard sticker labels and just sticking them on the front side of each pocket folder. Here I'm labeling each sticker with the appropriate bill title. Now once this is done, I'm taking my accordion file folder, and this file folder will correspond with all of the bills that are on the billboard. I'm cutting little strips that will make tabs just to insert those in the accordion file folder. Lastly, I'm just using my Velcro strips, and I'm attaching them to the back side of the foam board so the strips can be pulled off and attached to the back side of the door.
This bill organization board was actually created for our daughter. Of course, as parents, we want her to be organized and pay her bills on time as well. Now, this is a 3-step system that I use when I pay our bills, and I'm going to show you exactly what it consists of. Of course, it's the bill organization board, and this is where all of the bills are waiting to be paid. If there's a bill in one of these pockets, that lets me know there's something that needs to be paid. Next, we have a file folder. Of course, it has to match the board. It has to be cute. Once the bill is paid, it's filed. There are tabs in here that correspond with the billboard. Next, we have a spreadsheet. I use the spreadsheet for after the bills have been paid, they're filed, and then they're checked off on my spreadsheet. And I'll explain to you in just a minute why I need this 3rd step. Okay, so this is what I do. Go to the mailbox, I get the bills. Now we will pretend that this is a Duke Energy bill, okay? I open the bill, throw the envelope away. Throw it in the trash. The first thing I do is look at the amount. I don't know about you, but my eyes immediately look for the bill amount. After which, then I look for the due date. So those are the two most important things to me when I open my bills, the amount and the due date. Whatever the amount is, I always round it up to an even number. For example, if this bill was $158.13, I'm going to round it up to $159. So I take the bill out. Once I find the amount, I round it up, so I'm going to round up to 159. Then we'll say that this bill was due on March the 14th. Rather than me writing March 14th, I'm going to write March, at least the 12th. That will give me a couple of days. So I will write 312 on here. I wrote 159 and then 312. Then I'll take this bill and I'll put it in the pocket that says Duke Energy. When it's time for me to pay the bill, I get the bill out. Now, if I pay the bill via phone, you're not going to get a receipt, but you will get a confirmation number. So once that bill is paid, if I do it via the telephone, I will write the date that I paid the bill and also that confirmation number. So I'll write down the confirmation number, the date, and then I will file it. Now, if I pay it online, it's going to give me a receipt to print out. Once I pay the bill, I'll print out that receipt. I will staple it to this Duke Energy bill. Next, I go to my file. I find Duke Energy, and I file it away. Then I take my spreadsheet. I find Duke Energy. Now this is just a pseudo spreadsheet, so it says power bill, and I check it off, and that lets me know that it's been paid. Now the reason I created this spreadsheet, guys, I have been awakened out of my sleep and thinking, did I pay such and such bill? Rather than me having to go through the files and thumb through all of the files and find the bill and pull it out, I can go to my spreadsheet for March and see that the power bill was checked off, which means it's been paid. Now, if you'll notice at the end of the bills or the name of the bill, there is a number. That number is actually the actual due date of the bill. You know, I put the due date on the bill, but it was a couple of days early. This is the real due date that's printed on the bill that's here. You will also notice that there is some shading in some areas. Some bills aren't due every month. We have annual bills that we pay. We have insurances, vehicle taxes. A few of our bills are paid quarterly. Those shaded areas let me know exactly the month that those bills are due. Also, I have some asterisks, and the asterisks, they represent some bills that are drafted. So our bills that are drafted, they're on here, but they are marked by an asterisk. I prefer that my board looks like this. Once it looks like this, that lets me know everything has been paid for the month. So again, this is a great system. It has worked for us for over 15 years. It allows my husband, for some reason, God forbid if something happens to me, he needs to be able to not miss a beat, still pay the bills. Duke Energy, it doesn't matter to them that I'm sick and in the hospital. They want the bill paid. Otherwise, him and dude number 2 can come home and the lights are off. So he needs to know what's going on, and this makes it easy for him to see that. Now, in my opinion, the best place for this board, I added some Velcro to the back. And she'll just pull these little tabs off. The best place for her to put this is either in her closet, in her bedroom, on the inside of the closet, or on her bedroom door. When you open the door, put it on the back side of the door. That's where we used to keep our bill organizer. That way, if somebody came in our room, they wouldn't see all of our personal business. So that, again, that's just my opinion, and it worked. So make it as simple or as elegant or extravagant as you want to make it. Our system that we use in what I call our business center in our room is hanging file folders. And it's, I have pretty folders too, but mine are pretty in gold and different colors. So just tweak it to work for you. Hopefully this has helped you and maybe give you an idea that you guys can be a little more organized with your finances and your bills. We're still in the early part of the year. It's February, so you still have time to get this done. Another tidbit that helps us too, at the end of the year when my husband and I are getting prepared to have our taxes done, we can just grab our files, everything is together, and we go. We don't have to rumble through paperwork trying to get stuff together. There's also, I failed to mention, there's a tab in here for receipts. I told our daughter if she purchases big ticket items, file the receipts. Don't just throw them in the bottom of your purse or in your wallet or drop them down on the kitchen counter, because when you buy that big ticket item and something happens in a few days or a couple of weeks and you need to take it back, you want to be able to put your hands on that receipt. So this is just one part of our home management system that I use. Hopefully this has given you some tips and inspires you all to get organized with your finances. It's very, very important to be organized. Thank you so much for watching. You know what I'm going to say. I already look forward to you joining me again next time.